Hello everyone, this is Toby with Birdsong Studios. How are we doing today? I hope you all are well. Thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. I appreciate your time, your attention, and your openness to these messages. So today we are looking at messages for the sign of Libra around the energies of the upcoming I almost did it again. Lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which occurs on May the 5th. So this will be for you if you have your sun, moon, rising, or north node in the sign of Libra. This full moon lunar eclipse is the third in the series of eclipses in the sign of Scorpio. We will see them again, but not for many years. The first occurred on May the 15th and 16th of 2022. The second was on October 25th, 2022, and again, this is the third. So this is, I'm hearing for you, Libra, a bit of a culmination point. This is going to integrate the information, the lessons, what has been revealed to you over this time frame. And so it may be worth it to you to, if you journal or even looking back in your phone, what pictures did you take around the prior eclipses in Scorpio? So May 15th and 16th of last year, and then October 25th. We are starting with the Life Soul Vision Oracle by Romy Weiser to bring through the overall theme for you, the collective heart. How interesting. Who had this? Taurus. Was it Taurus? I think it was Taurus. Anyway, Libra, this is card number 40. I feel very much in this card a balancing of the air and the water energy within you. There's going to be something revealed at also we are in the midst of Mercury Retrograde in Taurus. So of course during that time it is a time of reflection, of recalibration, rebalancing, reviewing, reevaluating, reconsidering too. I'm hearing renegotiating. That's interesting. So during this time of reflection, and as well with the Scorpio moon, Scorpio can dig deep down into the shadow. Scorpio is symbolized by the phoenix. Its ruling planet is Pluto. We just had Pluto go retrograde in Aquarius, a fellow air sign. But with Pluto, it is about the death and rebirth process. It is about transformation. It is about revealing, shining light on that which is in the shadow, not for the point of judging it, but for the point of integrating it, because we each are in equal measure light and shadow. We are two sides of the same coin. They are two sides of the same coin. So it's about recognizing those aspects of ourselves and giving love to them rather than suppressing or hiding them. But within this process, I feel that you're going to find this balancing of air and water energies. So balancing of the intellect, of the mind space, of that energy, that frequency, with the water or emotional body. I'm hearing emotional states. And I'm feeling this need, Libra, for allowing the emotions to flow at this time. Eclipses can very much reveal things to us anyway, especially with a full moon eclipse. But they can bring about sharp revelations, somewhat shocking revelations as well. So in that process, if you're feeling emotional, it's going to be really important for you to even not analyze it, just allow it to be what it is. We are emotional creatures as humans, and this is part of what makes us so unique and part of what makes us so beautiful and so multifaceted. So if we're always trying to, yeah, it's important to understand our emotions, but sometimes we just need to be in them. This is very much a point, again, we're in this rebirth, death and rebirth and transformative cycle. And part of that process is this releasing of stagnant emotions within us as well. And so it's not necessarily for us at this time, if you're not going through something that is particularly, that's in your external world or even internal, that's particularly upsetting, but you still have these release and waves of emotion, allow them to flow. You're releasing things even from past lives. But when we get tied too much to, well, what do they mean? Why are they here? We're not in the now. We're not in the moment. We're not actually fully experiencing the emotion. We're trying to find a reason for it. And sometimes the reason for it is just that it is. It just is. It's just that we need to release it. We need to process it. We need to feel it. That's the reason for it. And by being mindfully present in those moments of even emotional overwhelm, we actually are creating space then for us to understand it. It may not be for us to understand it at that moment, but by giving the emotions the space that they need to be relieved and released, that might actually bring to the surface the root of it. So I'm getting this sense of really allowing your, see, we have the Three of Swords there. There's heartbreak and pain. And then we have the Four of Swords, and that's rest and reflection, meditation even. Interesting. Okay, so we are going to go to the tarot. This is the Gilded Tarot by Cyril Marchetti. We're going to look at the aspects, energies in the light for you, Libra. Then we'll look at shadow, and then we will look at yin and yang, which also correlate to divine feminine, divine masculine. It's kind of coming through more as divine feminine, divine masculine with this group of readings so far, but we'll see what comes out for you. All right, so in the light, we have the Eight of Cups. There is a moving away from things that no longer serve you, a moving away of things that are no longer in alignment with you, creating that space needed for the clarity that we just talked about. And the cups are water energy, of course. Those are emotional experiences, emotional ties, I'm hearing, even attachments. And then we have the World. Look at that. Wow, Libra. Wow. This is that completion of the cycle. This allows you to enter into this balanced state and this, and we have the fixed signs represented here. Of which Scorpio is one. Is that the Phoenix? Yes. It looks like a bald eagle, but that's, we have Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo here. Those are the four fixed signs, representing those elements, the elements of air, water, earth, and fire. And this is that completion where you have them all in balance. Look at how light and graceful, and she's like moving with such freedom. Wow, Libra, holy cow. I'm kind of taken aback, to be quite honest. The energy is so strong and so powerful with that card. So sorry if I paused for a long time, but okay, this is what you have in the light. Let's look at what we have in the shadow. Do you realize that you're about to step into this, is what I would say, Libra. Do you realize that you're, by moving away from these attachments even, that's coming up again. that you're moving into this state of balance, that you're moving, I mean, you are the scales, but you're moving into this state of balance within yourself, closing out this cycle where you didn't allow your emotions to flow, where you were constantly, I'm hearing constantly trying to rationalize what you were experiencing. And it's caused this indecision. So you have the Two of Wands in the shadow. Oh, this could also be suppressing this choice, suppressing the choice to move away. Because the Two of Wands stands indicates there is a choice to be made, but it also is being at a point of not making a choice. And then we have the Three of Wands. Wow, that's interesting. The choice has been made, and then your ships are coming in. So I feel, again, sorry for this long pause. This is part of it. I feel like you have gotten stuck in your headspace and in your thought space, knowing that there are decisions to be made, knowing that you want to move forward in a way, but really suppressing this fire energy that's allowed to spark you into movement, into moving away from these attachments, these things that are keeping you. And it may not be anything in the physical. It may be all within you, Libra. Moving away from attachments to thoughts and beliefs that have kept you in this place of not being able to even to access or utilize or feel into your emotional energy. But this is what's needed for this balancing. We are all four of these elements. And it's when they are in balance that we thrive, that we find freedom. But being in this, keeping this choice suppressed, staying in this state, it's almost like as if you kind of made the choice, but then you always feel like you're waiting for something to come in for you, waiting for. It's as if there's something in the ego that is saying, well, when this happens, then I'll feel this, then I'll be able to move away and I can have this freedom. So I'm going to make this choice, but when this happens is when it actually comes into fruition. But that's, oh wait, no, it's I'll make the choice when this happens. I need for something else to come in order to help me make this choice. I need for something else to come in order to support me in this choice. I need for something else to come in order to show me which choice to make. But you know within you, but this is where it's so important, Libra, to have this balancing of air and water energy, to not let the air energy override what your heart is telling you. And by collective heart, I'm feeling for you, Libra, that it's this connection to spirit too. To your higher self as well. Those are within you, and those are what can guide you, will guide you, are trying to guide you, are offering. I'm getting this sense that there have been signs and symbols along the way, but because they don't look like this ship, like what you expected to be coming in for you, you're still waiting. With this eclipse, it's telling you it's time to leave these aspects behind and allow yourself to step into the world, to the completion of this cycle. From this balanced place. Okay, so let's look at yin and yang for you, Libra. What are the yin, divine feminine energies for the sign of Libra around this eclipse in Scorpio? Two of Pentacles. Wow, again we have this juggling back and forth, this weighing of options. Libra, you are a divine feminine sign. Again, it's not about gender, it's about the energies. All right, so let's see, what else do we have for the yin and... Yeah. Gosh, this sense of waiting. Yes, it's important to be patient, waiting for your crops to come in and waiting for the blossoming to happen. It's important to continue tending the crops and everything, but you also have to choose which crop you're going to plant first, right? And with this Two of Pentacles, I get this sense of indecision, this weighing of options and not knowing which way to go. And so you're staying so much in the divine feminine energy that you're waiting for something external to lead you to action. So let's look at the yang, the action energy, the divine masculine energy. I'm getting a sense of fire energy. And notice there, the Two of Wands is stuck down here in your in the shadow aspect, as is the Three. You've completely suppressed this action. Oh, look at that! You've completely suppressed your actionary energy. I don't think that's a word. I don't know where that came from. But the energy that's going to propel you forward, and you've placed it in this state of pause. And I feel like you kind of rationalized this as well within yourself, even though you still don't feel it's creating conflict. I feel like you've rationalized this so much that you've convinced yourself that this is where you need to be. It's not. This eclipse is going to bring through for you clearly this need to take action here. This need to make a decision and to move forward based upon your inner guidance, based upon the guidance of spirit, of your guides. See, the Knights are about action. And this is about putting your thought space to action. Not, this is the transition that occurs for you. This is the transformation that occurs for you. The Hierophant is associated with the sign of Taurus. It's about structure and beliefs. It's about I'm hearing God. It can be very much religious doctrine. It can be very much, but it's really rooted in your deepest spiritual beliefs. It comes from a place of structure, though. It comes from a place of, I'm hearing, it's like doctrine, but documentation, like, it can be religious organizations, religious groups, but for you, Libra, I'm feeling this connection to God. In some decks, the Knight of Swords is associated with Archangel Michael. Give me just a second here. All right, now let me pull one more card for this area for you, because this part is so important for you, Libra. This is your movement forward. This is, and I feel like this is bringing you clues as to how to move forward. And there is, as I said, this connection to God that's very important for you. And it's almost as if you're being asked to trust in this connection and allow it to be what guides you forward. Oh, okay, hang on. All right, I'm going to do one more card, please, Spirit, for the Divine Masculine Yang energy for Libra around this full moon eclipse in Scorpio, please, Spirit. What else do we have for the Divine Masculine energy? The Yang energy. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Wow. Because it's time. It's destined. So I do get this connection to God, to Spirit for you. I would also say to be cautious of any indoctrination that is tied into this thought space that holds you back from moving forward. That's just kind of a side note for someone out there. But for most of you, Libra, it's time. It's it's your destiny. And Spirit, God is guiding you along this process. And so the ideas towards action are the ideas that Spirit, that God is asking you to move towards, to take hold of, to ride forward with. You're protected along this way. Look at the eagle. You're being looked over at all times on your journey, even when it seems a bit terrifying, a bit on the edge. But now is the time. It's look, again with the wheel, interesting. We have Leo represented here again. There's something about Leo season that feels very important for you. The time is now to take action. Whatever it is that you've put on pause. This moving away from the connection and deep acceptance of your emotional energies. And the thing is, it's through our emotional state that helps to guide us. If we don't tap into our emotional state and trust in what it is telling us, what is showing up in our body, in our physical experience, because that's how emotions are expressed, right? I mean, we feel them in our body. So if we're not tapped into that, we're not allowing that. And that's how oftentimes, okay, so when we're talking about frequencies and energy, look at how you feel in certain situations. How do you feel in your body? You know, does your stomach get tight? Do you feel nauseous? Does your head start to hurt? Those are all indications of stress. Also, contrast. Those are situations, people, places, things that are not in alignment with a higher energy frequency, or the frequency that our body wants to be on, that our higher self wants us to be at. That is, I'm actually hearing where you are, but these situations are not in alignment with you. They're trying to bring you down, and that is why you're feeling those physical symptoms, so to speak. Okay, if we're not listening to those signals, we're not going to be allowing ourselves to be led to our highest good. It is from Spirit. It is from, that's also where, I know I'm kind of jumping around. This feels very chaotic all of a sudden. So we need to be really drilling down into how, let's take a breath, Libra. Okay. How are you feeling in your body? How does it feel to be amongst people who lift you up? It feels light. It feels bright. It feels airy. It feels free. Or doing those things that help you to feel that way. Okay? But recognizing what your body is telling you, these are these energetic signatures. Because not only are they signatures from your body, from yourself, those are signatures that Spirit, God, the divine wants you to follow. They're there for a reason. Those are stepping stones on the pathway towards joy, freedom, satisfaction, embodiment of the fullness of who you are. That came up in the Taurus reading. That was all about Taurus. You may want to go check out the Taurus reading. But you have to listen to your emotional body, Libra. It is trying to tell you things. Now is the time. We're here, Wheel of Fortune. It's all about divine timing. Now is that time. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this was helpful for you, Libra. I hope that you will listen to your body, listen to what your emotions are there to express to you, what they're trying to tell you, where they are leading you. Recognize you can trust in that, you can trust in yourself. But being in this state of juggling, of waiting, of being on pause, it's this leading you down into this state of feeling stuck. But it is one that your emotions are trying to release you from. They will lead you to where you need to be. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I, again, appreciate your time, your attention, your openness to these messages. Please be sure to like, share, comment. I would love to hear how this resonates for you. Subscribe to the channel. If you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. Otherwise, I hope you have, wishing you all the best, Libra, and I will be back soon. Thank you.